Welcome back to the trail. Just resupplied in Waynesboro, PA, and we are day 2 out of Harper's Ferry. Going to be getting to a shelter before too long today. We've got like 4.5 miles to go or something like that. We're just going to post up and rest from the big miles we did yesterday, and then head over to Boiling Springs in a couple days. But on the way we'll hit Pine Grove Furnace State Park, where we will attempt the half-gallon challenge, something I failed at pretty decidedly in 2019. Thought I was going to be smart, get the Neapolitan to have like a variety of flavors so I didn't get tired of one. Strawberry did me in. Hershey's has frozen strawberries in their strawberry ice cream. That was a giant roadblock. By the time I got to the strawberry, my stomach was like, nah, we're not doing any more of this. So I threw in the towel at that point. But should see Black Paws tonight. He didn't make it to the border last night. He made it pretty far because he posted from the Mason-Dixon line not too far after we had left, not too long after we had left and gone to Walmart. So he's probably in front of us right now. But he was also carrying like 10 days worth or 5 days worth of food to get to Duncannon. So it's significantly harder for him to make the same distance that Captain Frost and I did. Although it would have been easier for me had I not packed for like 4 days worth of snacks. I was like, I'm gonna be so hungry. Wasn't 4 days hungry, but it is what it is. So we will see you guys soon. I'm gonna do an update from the shelter, some gear changes that I've made since starting the trail, and one that's going to be coming up. So stay tuned for that. See you guys later. Welcome back to trail, everybody. We had I forgot to take the lens cap off this morning, so I'm going to recap basically everything that I said. But the middle of the day today, just got finished with lunch at Caledonia State Park. So anyway, I had a good day yesterday. It was wicked hot still, but did only like a 7 or 7.7 I think mile day plus a resupply. So we just kind of chilled out at the shelter, and then rode out a little bit of rain overnight. But the temperatures dropped significantly today. I think it was in the 50s overnight, so it's been a welcome change. And about halfway through the day today, I had to make an emergency stop after the first climb because my shoes that have, I guess now 60 miles on them, but this at the time like just over 50, decided that they were gonna, delaminate's probably not the right word, but I think I've just got unlucky with rocks, and my shoes have started to fall apart already. So about 10% of the way into their useful life, and the soles are already getting torn up. But we will figure it out. I super glued them, so that should be enough for a little while. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm gonna do a little bit more tonight and let it dry or cure a little bit longer, because I had to keep hiking today, obviously. About 9.5 more miles to go, and we will meet up with Popeye tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow we hit the halfway point, and then shortly after that is the half-gallon challenge, and then after that is 1,100 miles. So we will be only hiking 17.2, so we should be able to what that should allow us to do is like rest after we eat the ice cream and figure out if we need to digest more before we hike, or if we can get it going right away. Anyway, looking forward to trying a second chance at that. But other than that, everything's going well. And I guess I'll see you guys at the trail. Welcome back to trail, everybody. We are moments away from getting to the halfway point. So I wanted to film the approach. Black Paws and Captain Frost are already up ahead, and just got word from Popeye that he's going to be getting to Delaware Water Gap on the 2nd of June. He wasn't going to make the Mason-Dixon line last night and wasn't going to be able to meet up with us when originally planned. So we reconfigured our agenda, and I ended up extending this section a day because the last 3 days were going to be brutal. 2 28s followed by a 20 into Delaware Water Gap, and there was really no reason to do that other than, like, I had this notion in my head of getting to Delaware Water Gap on the 1st of June or before. So we're all going to be back together, it looks like, the Church of the Mountain Hiker in Delaware Water Gap.
Oh.
1100.
Oh, yeah. No way.
Oh yeah.
This one's really hard to notice.
Right?
Easier than this, for sure.
Wow. Look at that, guys.
Another milestone. What a great day.
See, these are the days that are most fun because you hit a hell of a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where's that one big halfway sign? Is it?
They must have taken it down.
Dang.
That's so lame.
1,100 miles.
Yeah, I can imagine that they liked having 3 out here for no reason, so it looks like they cleaned up the entire section. GoPro and Instagram Live. Yeah, you know, the climb outside, we only got 7 miles for the rest of the day, so we're probably going to chill here. But
oh, he's answering questions on the IG Lab.
yeah, people are talking.
Oh,
People are watching us.
he's got a following here.
They should be watching us. We're incredible.
This is good. I'm gonna keep this optimism.
Making some progress.
I'm gonna keep
Making
this,
more progress.
I'm gonna like try to keep this optimism as we.
Those 2 animals have finished their ice cream.
47 minutes.
Yeah.
He's bent over. So I still got a lot to do on mine. And we'll see what happens. Final push.
Alright.
All right. About a mile away from the shelter for tonight, and had success at the half-gallon challenge. Made it to the halfway point before that, and the 1100 mark before that. So all in all, pretty good set of milestones. Another challenge knocked out, and we talked to Popeye. I don't know if I mentioned this, but looks like we're going to reunite with him on June 2nd in Delaware Water Gap with Kick. He's going to potentially roll with Popeye for Pennsylvania to catch up with us, and we'll be a fivesome by then, so that should be pretty cool. But just wanted to wrap up the day because I couldn't remember what I talked about this morning given all the excitement that was going on. And it's a pretty cool section. Definitely the polar opposite of what I remember from my first through hike. This wasn't a section where I had particularly much fun. I was in a bad mood. I don't think I was eating enough. It's about where I stopped using a stove, and I think that like through here I just wasn't eating my food, which is why I stopped bringing the stove, because I was done with north sides and instant mashed potatoes and went to wraps. But learn from those mistakes. Now I'm eating a lot and drinking a lot of water, and it's made a world of difference in my attitude and mood. So onwards and upwards. So see you guys in the morning, and looks like we're gonna stay dry tonight, so it should be a good day to roll through Boiling Springs, and then we're gonna get up on a ridge that's like 12 miles before Duncannon, and hike in and hang out for the day. So resupply and all that fun stuff. I think I'm probably gonna have to get some food in Boiling Springs before we get to Duncannon, but no big deal. And yeah, see you guys in the morning. So while the trail's pretty groovy right now, figured I'd talk about the gear changes that I promised that I would talk about. So got 4 packages in Harper's Ferry. One of them was a new pair of shoes, so that's really not a gear change. I got the same model, same color. Got super unlucky at the end of the Maryland Challenge, I think, and caught a lot of rocks actually, but one of them I must have caught really wrong, and it ripped the sole of my shoe, and now the part of the sole is getting, the giant chunk of it about to fall off. But I got it super glued as best I can, and a new pair in Duncannon I'm gonna pick up tomorrow, so no worries there. The other thing that I got were new gaiters. The ones that I had, the pineapple ones, got a couple of holes in them and were starting to tear, but they'd also faded really bad. And then so I got green fox gaiters to replace them. I was also told that like pineapple's a symbol for like swingers, so whether or not that's true, I just kind of wanted to move away to a different pattern, and that was what I chose with the fox. So those were 2 of the 4 packages. The third one was a Hydra Pack bladder, and that was because I'd gotten a pinhole in the 3-liter one that I'd brought out. I think it was the same one that I used on the CDT, so probably a lot of fatigue and the sun damage. The one that I got to replace it is a 4-liter. So I was finding even the 3-liter was, you know, wasn't allowing me to drink as much as I wanted to. And so I don't want to have to like ration my water while I'm in camp. So I got another, you know, liter capacity. What was the other thing that I got? Oh, Hyperlight pod for my food. So it's hard to carry enough food out here. What was making it harder for me is the shape of my Ursack versus the shape of my backpack wasn't allowing me to use all the space available to put food. So the Hyperlight pod is backpack shaped. So what I'm doing now is when I hike, got all my food in a Hyperlight pod. Also allows me to just unzip the top and like pick out exactly what I need instead of having to upturn the bag and like dump it all out. And then at night I just put it all in the Ursack and take care of it the usual way that way. I was hoping that I could just slide the Hyperlite pod into the air sack, but the shapes are different, so they don't fit. But it doesn't matter. Got all my food in Ziplocs anyway, so it's not like rain's gonna hurt it. But those are the gear changes that I made so far. Oh, the other changes that I made, I guess I didn't really talk about, that after Hot Springs and that snowstorm, I was kind of concerned that my Platypus Quick Draw had frozen. And so that next day when we were in Irwin, I got a new filter and all they had were catadins. And I had one also sent out to me shortly after that. So I'm now using 2 catadin filters, not the original setup that you saw in my gear video. And one of the main reasons behind that is the water here is pretty clear, so I don't have to worry about silt. And the catadins filter a lot faster. But additionally, having them be able to screw directly onto the water bag, water bladder, water bag, whatever you want to call it, there's fewer moving parts, fewer points of potential failure. And that's huge when you're on a through hike, because you're just beating the hell out of all your equipment. And like, you just kind of think like, when you get something new, you have to wonder like, I wonder how long this is going to last. And very few things last the entire way. But hopefully the filters work to the end of this trail. And I think I'm going to switch back to a Catadine Sawyer combination for the PCT, just to have that backup option. So not abandoning that adapter setup that I had, just hoping to preserve its integrity for the next trail. Last bit of change isn't happening yet. So I've got those shoes going to Duncannon to replace the ones that I'm wearing now. We'll have like just over 120 miles on them, I think, when I replace them, which is disappointing. But it's like $1 a mile. Excuse me. I'm getting a new sun hoodie. So the one that I've got's great. A little bit warmer on the neck and a little bit warmer in general on the AT because of the humidity. It holds water a lot more than I remembered. Of course, out west the air is dry and things dry real quick. Here things retain water real quick. So I'm going with a Jolly Gear sun hoodie, which is made by a thru hiker for all 3 of the Triple Crown trails. And I'll go into a little bit more detail in the next video when I get it. But that's the final gear change that I'm going to be making. The Jolly Gear sun hoodie is going to be a lot breezier because it buttons down. And you'll see all the other stuff that it's got, but it's pretty cool. So while we've got this groovy trail, I wanted to update you guys on some changes that I had made. So I think the next stop will be Boiling Springs. See y'all down the trail. Here we are at Center Point Knob, the viewless summit, but it's important because this is the end of the Blue Ridge Mountains that we have been on since Springer. So north of here, I don't know what they're called. We're not on the Blue Ridge anymore. Trail goes up and over, and then we're gonna head into Boiling Springs. Walking through Cumberland Valley. If you can't tell, there's a lot of farming going on. It's been like this for the last mile or so. Gonna be in Boiling Springs before too long. I just thought it'd be interesting to show one of the more unexpected parts of the trail. You don't think a Appalachian mountain trip would have walking through farm fields. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Hey everybody, so battery ran out on the way to Duncannon, so I'm doing the outro on my way out in the morning. As you can see, I've got my new shirt. and I'm loving it. But really appreciate you guys coming along from, where were we? I guess from Harper's Ferry all the way to Duncannon. That was a pretty big stretch. And then the next one will be Duncannon to Delaware Water Gap another week. So these videos are going to capture a lot of trail miles. So appreciate you guys following along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop me a comment or a question down in the comment section, and I'd love to hear from you. So thanks again, and I'll see you all next week.